Hello everyone, hello and welcome to our another dev stream. Today it's already the 6th episode of our dev stream, and we are going to talk about map creation and basically all the tools which Aggressors Ancient Rome currently has. Please confirm that you can hear me, you can hear the music, and you can see, I think that you all see the screen, so just let me know if the sound is not, or the music is not too loud, so we can start. Okay, thank you, Darkman. So once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. We are going to cover. We have a lot of things to actually cover. I think that it will be probably a stream for like 1 hour, maybe 1 hour 10 minutes. I'm going to talk about map generator. That's how we will start. Then we will move on to the game editor. I will also briefly touch the scenario builder, and we will end up with the map builder. That's our new tool we have just released. Not sure if all of you know, but there is a new version 105. It's called Creators Update, and it contains this new tool called Map Builder. On chat, there is my colleague Helimadora, so if there are any questions, please ask. I probably will also be able to cover a couple of questions during stream. There is also Cable Nexus. It's our famous modder. So if you have any questions regarding modding, then I'm pretty sure that he's happy to answer them. I would like to say one more thing. The next time we are not going to have this informative video. We are actually going to have a proper gameplay, and I will, first time in my life, I will stream how I play my own game or our game, and it's actually up to you to decide who am I going to play as. So there is a pool. Let me send you the link, and you can vote for what or basically you should comment which faction do you want me to play. I think that it will be like for hour, maybe 90 minutes next time. So you choose, and I will show you how I play. So let's get started. Let me switch the screen. So first thing we are going to cover is the map generator. Sorry, there is a... I'm not sure if the issue is fixed with the new update. Is not in beta. Okay, this is... sorry. First thing we are going to cover is the map generator or custom world generator. I'm pretty sure that you all already know how to get there, but for those who haven't tried the game, you go to new game and start or click on customized world. This is the new customized world window where you can set or adjust all the settings related to the generated map. The easiest part is probably the one on the top, so you can see you can select the country you want to play as, or you can leave it on luck, and you can also change the name of the country. So let's try Sparta, and if you have any ideas or any suggestions how to name our new country, then let me know. And first I would like to cover this left part of the window, which is probably the most important one. And let's start from the top. So you can see that there is map size. It's pretty self-explanatory. The map size, of course, has a great impact on how long will you actually play the game. So you can start on tiny, which is a matter of a couple of hours, till the huge map, which is usually a matter of a couple of days. So if you are a fan of bigger maps, then go for huge or large. Let's now leave all of them on default. Then there is the map type, which is basically what kind of landmass will be on the map, and you can go from Pangea continents and balance to big islands and archipelago. So let's go for balanced. And then there is map climate, and this adjusts how fertile or maybe how friendly will be the landmass. So it can go from Eden, where is a number of forests, grasslands and plains, to the barren, where there with many deserts, scrubs and mountains. So if you really like to not worry about food and wood, then you go for the Eden or hospitable. If you like kind of a challenge, then go for harsh or barren. Let's leave for the first start. Let's leave all of them on balanced or the default values. The fourth item is about opponents, and this sets how many players will be on the map. There is no indicator of the exact number how many players will be on the map, because it greatly depend on the other settings. So if you have bigger map size or different map type, then it also have an impact on basically how close the players are to each other. So there is no precise number, but if you go for handful, it's usually just few players, and if you go for crowded, then the players are really right next to each other, and they usually also share the same borders. Let's go for distributed. That's again the middle or the default option. Then there is difficult, which is difficulty that's easy enough to understand. So you can go from easy to legendary. And then there is this last item, which is called development. This is probably the most important one, because this is not in all the games. That's the first three reasons. So you might not know exactly what it's for, but also it greatly impact the actual gameplay. So what it does is that it changes, or it sets the initial setup for the game, and it sets with how many units, how many cities, how many buildings you actually start. And if you go for those ones which are on the left side of the screen, which is undeveloped or barbarian, you basically start just with a couple of units, with nomad or 2 nomads, 1 settler, it depends. And you need to start on a green field. So you build first city, and then you must wait a couple of turns to actually be able to build another unit. But if you would like to skip that part, and you prefer to get to an action, you go to at least civilized, or even better to developed or advanced. So if you go for civilized, there is already a city, you have a couple of units. If you go for developed, then you already have a couple of cities and units. And then if you go for advanced, you basically start with an established kingdom, and you already have roads, you have buildings, fields, you have another units, you might have even shipyards and stuff like that. So if you really want to try let's say customized or generated world, but you don't want to click on end turn, then you should really try the advanced one. I also like this option because it brings me straight to the action. But let's start with the civilized again. I want to show you what is the default setup and how it looks like. And let's now forget the rest, and let's go directly to the map generator. So guys, I hope that you also already voted for something. I don't want to give you any hints what I would like, because I want you to decide. So here is the map. We are actually on an island, which is a bit of a shame, but we are not going to play the game. You can see that we already have a city, because we went for the default settings, and default settings is the, I think, developed, not sure, but I think it's developed. But we are not going to play it, so what I will do, I will reveal the map and show you how such a game looks like. So first I will show you how the middle-sized or the average size of such a generated world looks like. So you can see that it has around, I don't know, oh, it doesn't actually say, but I think that it might be like 40 multiple 30 tiles. There is right now, there is 4 players. There are some independent cities. You can see that there are independent cities, and the terrain is kind of, or climate is balanced. So there are forests, there are some plains, scrubs, deserts, but it's pretty balanced and ready to play. So this is like how the default setting looks like. This is usually a game which might take maybe 6 hours. Okay, so let's get back to the new game window, and let's first I would like to explain you the rest, and then we can generate a couple of more customized world. So on the right side of this window there is the starting turn and turn length. This doesn't really have an impact on the game. It's just an indicator of what is the year and what is the duration of each turn. So you can go from 1 year to 20 years if you want. And then there are these sliders which are also pretty important. The first one is game speed. The game speed we already talked about in one of the previous streams, and it basically sets or adjusts how quickly will you research, how quickly will you go through the invention tree. So it sets how many resources do you need for each invention, and what is the minimal time you need for each invention to research. Then there is game balance and player advantage. These are extremely important and probably similar important as the development option. What a game balance does is that it sets how fair the newly generated or newly created world is. That means that if you go for not a fair world, so you basically set the game balance too low, it means that there will be huge differences between factions. There might be one something like one city-state with just one city, and then on the other hand, there can be a big empire or big kingdom already having like 6-7 cities. So this is kind of how fair the game will be. If you want almost identical setup, then you go for high. The default is something in between, and then there is the player advantage. The difference between these is that the game balance it basically sets the range in which the players can be, but it doesn't say where you will be as a player, as a human player, and that's why there is this player advantage. Player advantage sets where you are on that scale. So if I will set it too low, then it means with the game balance as well, it means that there will be kind of differences between factions, and I will be one of the weaker or one of the weakest one out of them. If you are one of the players who really enjoy challenge and want the biggest challenge what you can get out of the customized world, then you go for the game balance low and player advantage low. This basically means that you will be the weakest or one of the weakest players on the map, and it's something what is not easy to handle. Then there is the resource abundance. Basically, this is how many mines and quarries there will be on the map. So higher the number, the less problems will you eventually during the game has with the resources. And there is a player's resources abundance. What this means is that how much or how many resources will you actually have at the beginning once the game is started. This is also related to the game balance and player advantage. So if you set player resource abundance is high, but there will be game balance low, it means that some of the players will start with not many resources, and some of them will start with a huge number of resources. Then there is diplomatic relations, which basically mean that if there will be players which who already share the same borders, then this sets how friendly these neighbors are. So if you set it too high, then the neighbors are friendly. If you set it too low, then they don't like you or hate you, or they are already in war with you. Then there is independent cities. That's pretty clear. This is actually like relative ratio between the number of independent cities to the players and their cities. And then there is the set government. When you go for the one of the civilized or civilized, developed, or advanced development options, then you also changes, or the game mix how far did you already get in the invention tree. And if you already got to some governments you can change, then if you leave this turn on, this set government, it will already pre-select the best government for you for that starting setup. And then there is a list of victory conditions. You can switch them off if you want. The only one which has to stay or be turned on is the overall victory, which basically means you conquer all the other players. By the way, I just want to remind those of you who haven't seen the previous stream. If you leave these victory conditions on, and someone, and it doesn't really matter who, if it's you or the AI player, wins the game on one of these victory conditions, you can still play. You can say, okay, someone won, but I want to continue, or I won, but I want to continue. So these are not like a strictly final victory conditions. This is the final one, which when someone wins on overall victory, the game simply doesn't make sense to continue playing. Last thing I want to say about this window is the game options, and this is what we already covered before. So here are some rules of the game you can turn off, and once you turn it off, not only the UI will not mention them anymore, but also AI will not play with these features or these rules in mind. So let's generate another world, and let's go for huge. Let's see how the huge map looks like. Let's go for I don't know, continents. Let's say the map climate is really not welcoming, so barren. And crowded number of opponents. Difficulty we can leave on medium. It doesn't really matter because we are not going to play. And let's put there the advanced development world, which means there will be big kingdoms and empires. And let's also see how the world would look like if we would go for not fair world, and we will be the weakest ones there. We can leave the rest set as it is by default, and let's see how it will look like. I'm not sure if you know, we also have a Discord channel where you can, if you have any issues or if you have any suggestions, or you want to just tell us something, then we are usually during the day we are online, so you can talk directly to us. If you guys don't mind Cable Nexus or Helimadera, please just share the address or the URL if anyone wants to join. So let's see how the world looks like in such conditions. So as you can see, we started in the most advanced option, but we still have just 2 cities, even they are pretty big cities, 6 size and 3, which is pretty good. But you can see that the world was not fair to us. We also have a lack of resources, or we don't have many resources. And let's see how the rest of the world looks like. So again, I will reveal the map. So this is the biggest map you can get. So this is something you would probably play for a couple of days, and let's see how the rest of the players is doing. Let's change the overlay to players so we can see how big they are. And if we look at some of the factions, you can see that they have like 6-7 cities, and if we will zoom in, then you will also notice that they have already temples, they also have fields, they have all the shipyard, all the roads are already built. So they basically start as established kingdoms, and you can get into the action straight away. And when we look at us, we have just 2, but I'm pretty sure that there are some factions which are not lucky as well, because the world was probably not unfair just to us. Yes, you can see it here. Carthage actually, no, they have one more here. So they have just 3 cities, and also they have just 1 road, no fields, no shipyards, no temples. So that's how the most unfair world, generated world, looks like. If you want, I can generate one more world just to show you another setting. And you can see that because of we actually set it to crowded, then the number of players is quite high. I'm not sure if I will be able to count it. Oh, actually I can go here. So you can see that it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, probably 19 players. And some of them already share the same borders, like these 2. Or here. So once you start the game like this, you will get straight to the action. So let's try one more setting, and let's say we can go for, well, we can try one of the smaller size, and let's go for big islands and Eden. Let's say the distributed, or yeah, let's go for distributed, and let's go for developed world, and set everything to the default here, and let's see how it will look like. By the way, I see that you are talking about the music. I had to. This is the music from game, but it is actually not played by the game itself, because we will exit the game a couple of times and it would restart the music. So it's better to have the player, an external player. So let's see how the world looks like for us now. So we can see that there are islands. There are actually just 2 players now, and it's pretty small. There are a couple of independent cities, and it has pretty good terrain climate. So if you prefer a game which might be finished like in, I don't know, 4 hours, 3 hours maybe, it depends on how they will go, how it will go, then this is a setting for you. So this is all about map generator I wanted to say. So if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but it seems like Helimador covers that all. So let's move on. The second thing I would like to talk about is game editor, and let me first get back to the normal view. So this is the game view. This is the view in which you play the game, and you can easily switch to so-called editor mode, and this editor mode allows you to change pretty much anything in the game what is related to players, maps, map, or relations. And to get directly to that editor, you press Alt A, like administration, and you can see that it reveals the map, and it also changes the UI a bit. First things, let's start with the simple things. You can see in the upper left corner that there is this drop-down list, and you can basically switch the player. What I might actually do, I might really generate a different world because there are not so many players here. So let me just go for uh, the default value, so we will have at least some players, not just one enemy. So what you can do, you can switch the player and see the game from the view of that player. Right now we have like 7 players here. So if I will switch to Galich tribes, you can see that it changes the view, and we can basically get back to the game playing for this particular player if we want to do switch. But let's get back to our Sparta. So this is for changing the player, and these 3 buttons are for adding map items to the map. So first one is adding unit. So let's say we want to add a couple of units here. So we just select out of the list which units we want to add, and we start clicking, and it will add our units. Of course, we can add there whatever we want, boats or cavalry units. Then there is the second one. It's add building. So it add buildings or cities. So let's say I want to add a city here, whatever name, and the city is there. We can add things like blacksmith, forts, patrol towers, stables, shipyards, basically whatever is in the game. And the last button in this on this panel is add resource, and you can add mines and quarries per your liking. The other panel, which is a bit more full of different tools, is this one on the top. The first buttons is called change tile owner, and that's also, I hope, pretty clear what it does. So we can change who owns the tile. And if we want to reverse this change, so we want this to be unowned, we just click on that tile again, and it will change it to unowned. The second button is change terrain. You click on that button, you select whatever terrain you want to add, and you select the range. So how big how big change should it be? And you just click, and it will change the terrain. We can start creating mountains or forests, basically whatever you want. You can create your own world pretty quickly. So I will show you a better way or a much faster way how to do it, but even this way you can create your own world. Then there is adding rivers. Adding rivers can be done in 2 ways. The first one is that you select exact texture, or let's say type of the river you want to add, and then you can also change the rotation. So let's say I want to add this kind of a river here, and if I want to rotate it, then I will simply click on rotate button and select it again, and it's rotated. This way is pretty slow and also not that fun. So there is much faster way which doesn't require you to go to this window, to this add river window at all. And how it works is that you basically hover over a tile where you want to add a river, and then you press one of the arrows on the alphanumerical keyboard. So it means 2, 4, 6, or 8, and this basically tells the game where should your river heading to. So right now, let's say I'm on this tile, and now I will press 8, so up, and you can see that it connected. Let me just turn off the trees. You can see that it connected the existing river to the one I already placed there before, and we can continue like that. So now I will press 8 again, 8, 8, 8, and let's turn right. So I will change it to 6, which means turn right. Again, up, left, 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 and then there we are. By this way, or this way, we can really easily set up all the rivers. We can also join the rivers like that, and it's all done in a couple of seconds. The next part, we can change our roads. In Aggressors, there are two types of roads. The first one is the dirt road, and the second one is paved road. Again, we can go and place them similarly to river, but like I said, it will be pretty time consuming. So we can also use the same approach like we did before, and we can start building similarly with these arrows the roads. So you can see it's really easy. It's also building, by the way, when you cross the river, it also builds all the bridges straight away. So very easy to set up road network. The next button in the middle is so-called change improvement. These are terrain improvements. So it means let me just turn off the play. Okay. Uh, we don't use all of them. Some of them are ready for you, ready for modders to play around with them. Right now we are using the field, uh, which multiplies the production of the particular tile. We are using the farm, and sometimes we are using the frozen land. It can happen when there is so-called ice age. It's one of the natural disaster, which basically makes those tiles um, unusable for growing food. The other ones are there right now, basically only for modders if they want to try. You can see that even if I hover over that, it says unused ground terrain extension ready for modding. And you can already add them, but they don't have any particular functionality. There are also extensions you can use for extending the water tiles if you want to try something else, but this is really for modders. We will cover modding in one of the next dev diaries. So if you are interested to see what can Aggressors offer you regarding modding, then don't miss it. There are three more items regarding the map changes. The first one are territories. Territories are now used only for objectives. What it does, it basically it's something similar like ownership, so like borders, but they are independent on borders, and you can create shapes which are named the same way. So, for example, here I can set the territory name. Let's say Wonderland, and once you hover over these particular tiles, you will see that it's already in the tooltip. One thing which is important to understand about the way how maps work is that they all consist of so-called patterns, and these patterns, every tile has basically four corners of patterns, and if I want to change it, if I want to change the shape, then I simply change the pattern. There is a button called change map pattern. Let me see if there is a small island. No, there is just this one. It doesn't really matter. If I will click now on this tile, it will change all four map patterns, and it will generate totally different shape. If I will just create one tile island, you will see that all parts will change. If you want to change just a particular part, let's say I don't like this peninsula, then I will just select the one in that corner, and it will basically change just the part which I don't like. So these are so-called patterns. And then there is the visibility, which is which is set for per player. So it means we are now Sparta. When I click on that, then the visibility changes. So now it's again displays the map similarly to how it looks like for the player. And if I want to change what the player can see, then I basically again select what kind of visibility do I want to set, and the range, and I can change the visibility. Similarly, when I change the player, I can do the same for this player per my liking. And then there are two other buttons. Export height map. This is something I'm not sure if makes sense to now cover. Basically, the generator creates the height map for you, and the height map creates all these shapes, so the mountains, the ranges, these valleys, etc. If you want to change it, then you can export it and then manually change it in one of the bitmap tools like GIMP, Paint.net, or Photoshop. It doesn't really matter. And then there is this button, create new scenario, but I will come back to it in like 15 or 10 minutes, because we will talk about a scenario builder. So these are the easy tools how you can change the map, how you can change the setup. And let's now talk about how you can change other things. One of the things you can change are the properties of each unit. So you basically select the unit you want to change, and you either use this default action, which is unit change, or you click this magnifier glass, and it opens the unit properties window, where you can basically change all or most of the important properties of each unit, starting with attack strength, defense strength, movement points, to fortify bonuses, uh, then the morale, experience, loyalty. And if you want to also change the here is the unit improvements panel. Then if you want to change what kind of improvements that the unit has, then you just click on this unit improvements and select those ones you want to add. So you can see that they were added and they are already here. If you want to delete a unit, you either use the alternative default action, you can see remove unit, or you use this action remove unit, or you can also use the shortcut. So this is how you can change unit properties. Then you can also change how many resources current player has. So we are Galici tribes now. We go to state window, and this is pretty much the same state window you are used to from the normal view, from the game view. But the difference is that all these are clickable, and you can click on them, set how much resources do you want um, to have, or how much resources do you want this player to has, and that's set. You can see that it will straight away changes in the resource panel once we get back to the game mode. The next part you can also change is how many technologies are already researched. You go to the aggressors library and invention tree, and this is the invention tree for currently selected player, which is still Galici tribes. And if I want to set this as developed, I just right click on that, and it will mark it as developed. If I want to remove some of them, like weapon skills, I right click again, and you can see that it must be developed, and it also shows how much resources do I need for that. The last part, which you can also change or set in the game editor, are the diplomatic relations. So uh, it depends on, or it's up to you how you get to the diplomatic screen. You either go with this foreign relations button and then you click on that particular faction, or just right click on the tile which is owned by that faction. That's a shortcut. And you can see that the window is a bit different. There is this drop down where you can set if the players are in wars or war, peace, federation, or confederation. Then you can change the attitude of those two players. So the first one says how much do Galachi tribes like Pergamon, and the other one says how much Pergamon likes Galici tribes. So you can change it per your liking. And you can also set the army moral of Galicia tribes units against Pergamon units. So these are the diplomatic relations and the game editor. So you can see that whatever we did, it was really fast, really easy, and I also hope that it was intuitive for you to understand it. So if there is anything, please ask. Otherwise, I'm going to continue. Okay, here is a question from Friar Oakenshield. I hope that I pronounce it correctly. Is it going to be a series? Are there going to be other aggressors? Yes, there will be. We are actually already started working on some other historical eras, and I hope that it will not be that long, and you will see aggressors and something something. For more information, please stay tuned, but it will not be that long. So let's go to the next part, which is scenario builder. So we have to go back to the main menu, and in main menu there is an item called create your scenario, and once you click on that, there is a small window which basically says how the scenario name how the scenario will be named. What will be the default terrain? Well, the default terrain, it's this will not create a real map. This will just create like a canvas, and you will start painting your own world, your own map. And to make it easier for you, you can set what would be the default terrain, or more precisely, what would be the canvas colored in. So it can be like sea, it can be grass, it can be all mountains or forests. Let's go for planes, it doesn't really matter. Then there is again starting turn and turn length. This is the same like we already talked about in the customized new world. And then there is a map width and map height. There are certain rules which the map height and map width has to obey, or has to stick to. So you can see that it can be pretty like horizontal window, but the other way around it cannot really go that far. So the reason is not only the minimap itself, but also the fact that those the screens are usually 16 to 9 or similar resolution, and in that case the higher map wouldn't really um, fit in the window. So that's the reason why there are some rules. The biggest map you can currently set is 8080, but if you go higher with the width, then the height basically proportionally changes. So let's go for 8080. I mean, or it doesn't really matter. Then there is game options, again similar thing we already discussed before. And then there is chart properties. These chart properties are not really related to the gameplay itself. This is more like making it a bit more historical, making it a bit more realistic, because what the square size, for example, is, it says how many kilometers square are one tile. So it's up to you how much you set. But if you are trying to create a map which is let's say in a big a low scale, it means, for example, the whole world, then you go for a pretty high square size. If you just creating a couple of villages, or you are creating like a small country like Luxembourg, for example, then you go for a pretty low numbers. Then there are city size coefficient and army size coefficient. What this basically mean is that how much is one citizen the population in the statistics of population. So here you can see that one citizen mean 10,000 people, and similarly one soldier means 1,000 people. One citizen mean 1,000 soldiers. And then this is also pretty interesting. You can also set for your scenario how many units are allowed per tile. So you can either go for a lower number, and this will make a very different tactical, let's say, tactical gameplay when you cannot really stack units, or you can go even to higher values. It's up to you how you decide. It also depends on what kind of world or what kind of setup do you want to create. So let's leave it like it is, and let's go to the scenario builder. And scenario builder basically opens a new map, and this map will be just plain or landmass full of plains, because we set it as plains, and we start building our own world. I shouldn't put there the huge map, because now we will have to wait, but it doesn't matter. And what you have to do to actually create a scenario is that to be able to play a game, there must be at least two players. That's basically the only rule you have to stick to. I'm just wondering why there is no music. So let me start it again. So that basically means that you just need to create 2 players. It doesn't matter if you create just military units or you add cities. It's up to you. So you can see that we have just huge plain, nothing there. And what we will do, we want to create our own scenario. Oh, okay. I shouldn't go for this huge map. But anyway, you can see that the create scenario button is now grayed out. The reason is that there must be at least 2 players. So what I will do, I will add 1 X-Man for Roman Empire, and I will add 1 hoplite for Epirus, and you can see that now it's available, and we can click on that. Yes, we want to export the scenario, and now we just select the name. It's up to you what you choose. Let's go for new scenario, and this basically created a new scenario which is already available for playing. So what I will do now, I will get back to the main menu and click on new game, and you can see that our new scenario is already there and available for playing. So let's again open that. You can see that the map it really looks like just a blob, and these 2 small dots, these are our tiles. So we can either go for Epirus or we can go for Roman Empire. So let's choose one of them, and let's play our scenario now. It will be a pretty quick game because we didn't add them any resources like I showed before in the game editor. We also didn't add them any cities, so there is no supply management, or there are no supplies, so they will eventually starve to death even when they don't kill each other, but that's what would happen anyway. So let's just see how it looks like, and then we can move on. We are pretty much on time, so we are closely getting to the map builder, which is with the tool which will greatly simplify this whole process. And what I would like to ask you for is, please, I'm not sure if you can send or paste in the chat any URLs. I'm not sure if you can actually paste any links, but what you can do, you can write me, let's say, name of the country, name of the continent, what you would like me to generate in the map builder, and I will show you how to do it. So before you do that, I will basically show you our new scenario. So we are Epirus, we have absolutely no resources, and we have just 1 enemy here, and we are in war with him. So let's give it a try and kill him. Well, we didn't succeed. So let's end the turn. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we are already, you can see our soldier is grayed out because of his auto supplies, and we just lost the game. Roman Republic has won the game, and overall victory is done. So that was our quickly created scenario, and now we can go for the map builder. What I will do now, I will basically quit the game, and it will now show you my desktop. And you can see that I already have the map builder here ready. Okay, Phoenicia. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let me open Google, and let's see if we can find out any maps. The best map would be such a map which doesn't have any labels, and also which ideally shows the terrain. Something like this without the labels. It also works with labels. Well, I'm not sure. There are not really nice maps of that. It would be better if you would choose, let's say, a shape of country or continent everyone knows, so they can see how precise or how it looks like. So if you have any other ideas, then let me. Okay, there is a. So world. Okay, so let's go for world. Yeah, that's fine. So let's just choose one of the maps which might be. I think that the best one was this one. Yeah, that's the... Okay, let's go for this one. So I will save it to my desktop now. So it's here, and I will start the map builder. The map builder is pretty easy to understand. The first thing you have to do is to select the mod. If you don't have any more mods, if you have just the default one, then you don't have to select it. It's pre-selected, but I have a couple of others. So I will just choose our ancient Rome, and I will select the map. This is the map. Let me check first. I will see in show. Okay, so this is the map we have chosen. The second thing you can do is to cut, basically select part of the map you are interested in. But as far as I understood, you want to generate the whole map. But if you don't want to, you can basically just cut the map to such a part you are interested in. You just use the mouse wheel and mouse dragging, or you can also use the these numbers here. So I will show you. If I will move this X, I will make it. You can see that the cut basically goes to the right side. So let's generate the whole world. We can turn this off, and then the third part is to actually decide what kind of size will the map newly created map has. So every square you can see on this view is actually one tile. So we can even increase it. You can see that the number of squares is actually getting higher. So even the size itself might look like it's not getting bigger, but the number of squares is actually getting bigger. I will make it not that big because we don't want to wait for long for loading. And the last part you have to set is if you want to create height map. Again, this is something we definitely want to create because we want to have nice mountain ranges. And then you select number of terrains. What it does is you can see the map and you should know how many terrains are there. So we can say, okay, there is like plains, grassland, there might be like jungle, there is water, there are mountains, couple of hills. So let's say there are 7 terrains, but you can tweak it. And this is the simplified map with all the colors, or just 7 colors which we chosen. If we want to change it, we can just change it and it will automatically change per the number of colors we choose. But let's go for 7. And what we have to do, it displays the map, and one of the colors is black. The black color is actually the one we are now setting. So what it means, what the map builder actually wants from us is to tell him what is this black color. So I will just click on this drop down and select water because that's the ocean, and then I click next. You can see that the finish button is not available, and it will be available once we set all the terrains. It seems like we really need to increase the number of terrains, so let's increase it. And start again. So let's go for water. These might be, let's say, hills. This is probably forest. This might be like savanna. This is all up to you. It depends on the map as well. These are mountains for sure. These might be like savanna. This is desert. Plain. This might be grassland. Even if you choose number of terrains higher, then there is actually number of terrain types in mod. You can choose for 2 different colors the same terrain. So we basically set everything up, and now we just click on the finish button, and you can see that the generate button is already available, and we can generate. This is the path where it will be saved, and it's the path where all the save files are located. So let's just click on generate. And the map was successfully created. So what I will do, I will turn off the map builder and again start the game. I hope that it will Yeah, it should show you the game straight away. Yes, okay, so it's loading. And now we will start the or basically load the save file which was created, including the height map. So there will be the mount ranges. So load game, and you can see there is the map builder. Let's start it. I hope it will not load for long. But let's give it another try. So if you have any other suggestions, I can see that there is a suggestion to actually create the peninsula in Asia Minor or the Saudi Arabian. So if you want, I can try that, just to show you a bit more, let's say, the more detailed map. So you can see that we have the world now. Because we didn't set the biggest size, we might have even a bigger map, but you can see that it needs some tweaking. But like I said, we are already in the map edit in the game editor. So if you don't like the shape of this, you either add the terrain itself, or you can change the map pattern. So you might just choose the one which will look, at least in this scale, like Britain. So let's try another one to show you how it works. And there is this Middle East. So let's open the Middle East. This is the map we can also try. So let's again save it. So it's here. Let's open the map builder. Again, load mod, and let's load the image. This is it. Let's just for sure, let's see how it looks like, and let's use the map cutter this time and make it a bit smaller. So let's say we want just the Turkey and the peninsula itself, but we don't want the rest. We can even leave this turn on, this window, and click on show, so we can see the map size. Let's go for the biggest one we can. So this is it. And now we have to select, let me just make some space here. We need to select the number of terrains. What I would say is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 terrains. So let's go for 7. And yeah, I think that this might work. Actually, let's put there 8. Oh, it's the same. This is maybe too much. Oh, let's go for 7. So the black part, it's mountain, because these are mountains there. Let's go for this one. Okay, so again, mountains or hills. I would say these are hills. This might be plain. This is water. You can see that in here it actually identified two different types of water. And you can see it here. So the map doesn't really have the only one color for water, but it doesn't matter. I will show you how quickly this can be fixed. So let's say these are grass or savanna. This might be like grassland, maybe. Yeah, because there is Egypt. This is desert for sure. Where is that? Let's say this might be plain, or actually these might be hills. Yeah, and we are done. Let me just go through them again. Yeah, these, you can see that these were identified here, so these are actually water. We need to set it as water as well. So we now have 2 different colors set as water. Let's click on finish. Let's just change the name because we already have map builder, and generate. And let's again start the game. So what I will do, I will show you one more map, and ideally I will show you a map which is not good for this map builder. So I will show you one of the things which the map builder doesn't like are the labels, and one thing, the second thing what the map builder doesn't like are political maps, because political maps don't have any any information about terrain. It has just information about the borders or the size of a country. But what we can actually extract from the image with the political map is the shape of the coast. So what I will do, I will let me just where is that? What I will do, I will try to find political map of something. Let's say we can try political map of Europe. I'm not sure if you actually see what I'm doing now. No, it doesn't matter. I will prepare it before it's loaded. So we will have more time. Okay, I found one political map. And yeah, this is the map we set. You can see that it still needs some tweaking, but it already created not only the size but also pretty good shape as a start point for you to continue on that. I think that we set one of the colors incorrectly because otherwise it would look better. But if you don't like how it's set, you can leave the map generator or map builder turn on, and you can regenerate the same with just changes of particular colors. So let's try last thing, and let's go for political map. Yeah, this looks really tough. I mean, this is one of the maps which will not be map builder will not be happy about it. But let's give it a try. Again, let's load ancient Rome. Guys, if you have any questions, then please ask. So, political map of Europe. So let's first see how the political map looks like. Okay. So what we will do, we might actually just cut the map a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Then let's say the size. I think that's fine. And now what we will do, and that's kind of a tricky, I think that I have chosen a really bad map for that, but let's give it a try. What we have to tell the builder is how many colors are there. We don't know it precisely, but it doesn't matter. Let's say there are 20 colors because every color has its own color. Every country has its own color. Let's say set. And what we have to tweak this number till we actually get only those parts which are water. So it might take up a couple of tries. Let's go for this. So let's set 21, and we don't want to set all these colors because all these colors are basically just landmass. So what we will do, we will set the default terrain and let's set it to, let's say, plain. It doesn't really matter. So now all the colors are plain, and we will go through those ones which should be water and change it to water. So I will change it to water. You can see that this is also water. This is fine, this is fine. This is probably water. I cannot really say that it will be the best result, but let's see what we can get out of this. The information is really not easy. It's not easy to extract it from here. So this is fine. Yeah, these are also water tiles. This is not water. Yeah, we are done. So let's see how it looks like. Let's finish it and generate. Okay, well, let me change the name. And start the game again. Once again, for everyone who hasn't made it from the beginning, here is the link to the poll where you can vote for which player or which player should I play as. in the next stream, next Friday, because I'm going to, instead of these informative streams, we will have a short break, and I will play as one of the factions of the ancient Mediterranean scenario. So just vote for who would you like to see to win or lose. I cannot promise. If we will go for a faction which is one of the powers, then I will probably go for hard or maybe even heroic difficulty. If we will go for one of the tribes or one of the small players, then I will probably go for medium, maybe hard. Let's see. So this is the map. You can see that it's not actually bad. It has the right shape. Everything is plain, obviously, because there is no information about terrain, and it definitely needs some tweaking. But even from that map, which it looked, I would say, really hopeless, we were able to get pretty good shape out of Europe. So this is what I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions, then please ask now. Otherwise, I would basically see you next Friday. So let me know. So you can see that with this tool you can try to create your own country or own maybe city, or not city, but your own county. And you, like I said, with this scale of population, you can say that one unit is basically like only 10 warriors, and it will be very detailed map of just a couple of towns. Okay, it seems like no one has any questions, so in that case I would like to thank you for watching this stream. I hope that you will actually join the next one, which will be next Friday, and please don't forget to vote. I'm really looking forward to stream my gameplay, because it will be not only the first time I will stream my gameplay, but it will be the first time when someone will watch me playing the game. So don't miss it. Once again, thank you for joining me, and see you next time.